everyone. Haven't done one of these in a long ass time. In fact, I haven't really talked about Yu-Gi-Oh at all in a long ass time. And yeah, that's because I haven't kept up with Go Rush because it kind of became all Go Rushy again, if you know what I mean by that. And well, there hasn't been a lot of interesting things to talk about with the TCG for a while. So even though obviously I still play, granted, I feel like I'm mostly just playing Edison these days. I'm really following this YCS and seeing what they did today really kind of like felt like an interesting jumpstart to some really good things I think Konami could do in the future. So even though I'm sure you all clicked on here to hear me talk about the balance, and we'll talk about that a little later in the video, I really do just want to take a few minutes. This is going to be a very low effort vid just to talk about what has now happened, because I think this is a great new direction to take Yu-Gi-Oh! And that is turning the announcement of the ban list into an event. It already is. And I think utilizing this and taking advantage of it is a great idea. I actually didn't realize this was happening until like the end of the day when I saw people in my one like Edison group chat saying like, oh my God, they're announcing the ban list at the end of the event. I thought that was a joke. Then I found out, no, this is real. And I thought to myself, oh, they'll just put the Twitter pics up. No, they had Jerome come out looking like some crazy superstar announcing the fucking Oscar winners. And you know what? It's fucking cool. It's fun. It's cheesy. It's over the top. It's everything I want out of a big Yu-Gi-Oh! Announcement. Because you know what? A lot of times I feel like Konami has no life and no energy. They're just plodding along, trying to figure out how to weasel more money out of you, and just like dropping information and everything, like with just all the effort and energy of a rotting potato. But here they are, hyping up the ban list, taking advantage of how we fetishize it and owning it. And I think that's a really good idea. Make it feel fun, make it feel interactive. Yes, I'm sure we would all just like communication about the ban list more, but you know what? This is a fun way to do it. It also gets people to care about the live streams more. A lot of people probably didn't want to watch another Fiendsmith YCS thing. Okay, granted, you had the Rizal and Malice stuff, which as a Malice player myself, it was cool to see my new deck get a lot of representation. Even then, just seeing like something new come in with Rizal, even though we all knew this was going to happen, felt nice. But by making it big ban list announcement day, you make it way more infinitely interesting. Suddenly now the discussion wasn't fuck this deck, fuck that deck. It was like, oh boy, this is the deck's last swan song. Just changing the conversation around something is very good. And you know what? I like the community's response to this whole thing was positive. A lot of people had a lot of fun speculating. A lot of people enjoyed watching just Jerome with the briefcase and making memes out of it and just kind of having fun speculating. You can turn ban list announcements into fun things like this. It doesn't got to be like last time where you make this endless format we all hated from day one, and then we basically got to twist your goddamn arm to get any information. Like, I'd like to believe this is the start of something more positive. And just like Jerome just seemed like he was having so much fucking fun getting to do this, and the announcers had a good time. And I love the big cards, and I love the way he kind of works the crowd a bit with some of the announcements. All of this is just fun. And you know what? We need some fun around here, because it feels like anytime they try to do anything fun, the response from the community is fuck this shit. Like the whole Master Duel, like Shadow Dude thing where it turned out some like pretty boy band singer was like a Yu-Gi-Oh fan. And people were like, what? How could they do this instead of the ban list? How could they? And I'm just like, guys, they obviously set this thing up with this dude some time ago. It has nothing to do with the ban list, but that's the community. They just kind of want every little thing to pander to them particularly. So I feel like this might be just kind of the perfect way to do this. You're still pandering to the community's selfishness and desire for everything to be about them individually, but you are making a fun out of it and enjoying it, and like just do stuff like this. Obviously you can't announce a ban list at every YCS, But why not take a little time, make some big announcements for things? Why not, I don't remember, other than Orlando, because I'm going to that one, what's been announced for next year, maybe make a YCS 4 months from now, the ban list YCS, and get a lot of interest. It's such a good fucking idea, and it's creative, and it's wacky, and it's something I don't think the other card games are doing that. A lot of card game ban lists are just like, here's your list, or here's the sets rotating out, or Magic the Gathering being like, fuck you, we're doing this. This is a great idea. Please, Konami, do it more. I'm seeing such a positive response to it online. Don't fuck it up like you did everything else and how you basically just use this YCS to end speed duels. I feel so sorry for the speed duel peeps out there. But yeah, no. Now, since it is a ban list video, let's go over the list very casually. Just kind of see what I think about what is there. Because... yeah, the list itself, I think, might be just kind of a little bit of whatever, honestly. So, like, you got the unbans up here. We all knew the Dragon Rollers had to come back. They could have came back years ago, and it would not have made a difference. They're long since dead. Pank to 3, I like. I always liked Pankratops as a card, and always felt like he was really balanced just due to the fact that, you know, because of his summoning restrictions and just the way we play the game, I never understood why he moved from anything other than 3. Lunalight Tiger, I don't like this card personally, but it's probably fine. Rescue Ace Airlifter, I fucking hate this card so fucking much, and I really hated Rescue Ace. I'm not happy about this. I imagine because of the Sinful Spoils hit, it's probably not a big deal, but I don't like this card, and I don't want it coming back in my Yu-Gi-Oh! However, what I am happy about, my boy Colossus, back at 3. I'm a huge Thunder Dragon fan. I know that everyone hates this card unless you play this card. But I play this card, so I'm happy to see him back. Sadly, I don't get a ton of time to mess around with more casual decks because, like, my locals is very competitive and it feels like I always got an event to prepare for, but it is just happy knowing he's back. Another card I feel like probably could have come back a while ago. Ib the World Chalice Justicator. My gut says no, this probably isn't good to come back at 3, but no one's doing anything with it. It's fine. I don't even remember what you really do this thing with. Opening of the Spirit Gates, another card I don't overtly like, but I mean, like, Yubel also got hit very hard and has been struggling lately to begin with, so it's probably fine. I just don't really like it, especially with Fiend Pile being a thing right now. I don't know, just me. Semi-limits, Cyber Jar to 2, it's a flip effect. Who fucking cares? No one uses flip effects in this game. They're too slow, and, like, the thing would not last. The 2 Dangers, I also don't really like Dangers, but what are they doing? Are these guys fiends? Do they support Fiend Pile? I feel like they do. It's whatever. Ava to 2, yeah, fine. Probably wasn't doing anything at 1. What you use this thing for, I just don't think really makes a difference. And finally, Performer Pal Monkey Board. I am also a Pendulum fan. So seeing this guy come back is nice, but it doesn't really do anything. The last time you used this thing was in Draco Pals. You searched it with Beyond the Pendulum, and that was about it. You don't really did much with it. Honestly, even putting at 2 in that deck would probably not be good. So it's fine. You can put it to 3 and it won't matter. Things going to 1. This is where this list gets really fucking weird. So, Tenpai Dragon Chundra. Rip, it just loses a YCS and then loses one of its big playmakers. Phantom of Yubel, we all saw that coming. Sengen Kaiman, I feel like Tenpai got hit harder than the Yankees in that last YCS. They did not want that deck to live. And Zodiac Barrage, and it was weird the way Jerome said it. He paused almost like he was getting us hyped to hear Trident, but he said Barrage. Why bring this one back? Why not Trident? What is happening here? And then finally, the bans is just Gimmick Puppet Nightmare when no one's playing Branded right now anyways. Jaugen the Spiritualist, this is future-proofing for next set. There's this really powerful Link 4 people are using with this thing. They might also be able to summon Nightmare off of that as well. I forget if it's just Jaugen because of its conditions. But yeah, that's why that's there. And is OSS enough? In general, I thought Snake Eyes would get hit a lot harder. That's where this list gets almost kind of weird for me. It feels like kind of a weird middle ground list. I'm happy they unbanned as much as they did. And like, but it feels like they're like, well, we'll kind of do some subtler hits to like Snake Eye. We didn't do any more Fiendsmith hits. And like that's probably where most of my weirdness is just coming in. I feel like this list is very much your new meta is Ryzel and Malice and whatever third thing you can figure out how to make function, and fuck you for anything else. But I still feel like Snake Eye could probably still do some weird shit, especially now with Rescue Ace. So I don't know what to really think. All I know is I'm very happy to Konami for doing this very fun, new, unique idea for the ban list. And I really hope they make this a thing regularly. It would be so much fun and so exciting and such a great way to enter in a new meta. Also effective immediately is wild. But yeah, give me your thoughts on this ban list, what they did to announce it. And as always, click to like, click to subscribe, and join me next for the big Shadowverse video.